What's up, everybody? We're back. Welcome to Washed Up, presented by Chevrolet / what are you in, Toyota?
Toyota.
Look at the sun peeking through the shiny red beard, man. It looks really good.
It's like just how I parked. I parked perfect, so the beard would just be glowing.
Just glistening?
Yeah.
Did you also change your hat as I did? Because we ended up on a Zoom call today and we were wearing the same hat. We felt so stupid. You flipped around as soon as you saw it. The guy already saw it, though. Gosh dang it.
I know. I answered. I joined, and I like couldn't have been quicker. I was like, all right, let's go. Yeah. You just can't have that, you know?
So we double protection. We both switched hats.
Yeah.
There's a hat I knew you didn't have because you're not a Texas wedge golfer.
I don't even know if you know what a Texas wedge is.
I don't know if you do.
I do.
What is it?
It's like
I'm checking to see if you actually know.
Do you actually know?
No, I don't.
It's when you use like your putter just outside, like when you're not on the green and you use your putter instead of like a.
Oh, okay. Instead of a wedge.
Instead of a wedge. So
we think Brian talks big game for everything. I'd love to hear what his handicap is.
I know.
Because he golfs with some big time golfers. Like I don't know how good Ryan is, but like Danny, from everyone I've heard, Danny's a truly good golfer.
Yeah, I know. Danny's taking money from Michael Jordan. So
is that true?
Didn't they say that on Jordan's? What's it called?
How do we? Is that a little bit murky? Do we like that?
I mean, it was back in his playing days, you know. So.
Oh, so we don't obey the commandments when we're playing? Is that the joke? No, I'm just kidding.
It's just a couple dollars on the hole, you know.
I pause. I lost $20 in Vegas last weekend, so
But you fill us in on what you did.
I've told you this before. I have a serious issue, and why I couldn't get myself to go very often when we lived there is because we left this event we were at. It was at Fontainebleau, which is an awesome little hotel, by the way, and it didn't feel like suffocating casino like most of the places. You walk into like these classic, you know, Treasure Island and the Wynn, and it's just like smoke. It's dark. There was like natural lighting that got to some of the casino floor.
Wow.
And there were like high ceilings, so it felt really big time. But I was like, you know, whatever. I'll just throw 20 on the slot. So I put 20, which is like the worst thing to do because I don't know what I'm doing. Not that I know what I'm doing on the other things, because I know there's calculations, there's math, there's some strategy to some of the games.
Yep.
But I was like, yeah, I'll just put $20, and then I was just pressing random buttons.
You're just like that meme of like all the old people just like going like this.
That was me, and I immediately won like, I don't know, like $12 or something like that. And I was like, sweet. I was planning on losing 20, so let's just keep going. Then I hit the next.
So you made 12, or you like
I made
so you
12.
could have been 32 up or 30.
I would have been 12 up. I would have walked away with $32.
Yeah.
See, that's
and you couldn't walk away.
No, I can never walk away. That's my problem. So it's like I go in with the mentality of, yeah, I'm gonna lose it. So even when I win, I'm gonna just go lose it.
So what would be the number where you're like, oh, awesome, like I just won? Is there a number?
I think I've been up 100 and then lost. So I probably need to be like up like 200, 250, and then I'm like, all right, that's a good day.
If that thing started just dinging,
that's a really good day for me.
It's just like, it was like you won big time. You had like a $500 win right there. You're walking away, or you're going, shoot, I'll put 20 back in my pocket.
I'll walk away.
So it's between 1 and 500.
Well, here's the problem though, because I already like just thought of something. I'm like, if I win $500 on slots, I'm probably like, if I'm by myself. I was with my kids because we were leaving this event, so like I just went and pulled while like mom was just, you know, a minute ahead of me. But if I win $500 by myself, I'm probably going to pocket 400 and say, okay, now I have 100 risk-free dollars, which I think is fair. People do that in investing. They do it. People do it. Well, I just texted our special guest, we were texting earlier, so I don't want anyone to think it was a hoax. Oh yeah, he said yes, 1 minute. So Brian will be here momentarily. You know, for those listening, kind of what we plan on talking about with B Sant is we're going to talk about, well, I won't tell you about our first question, but we're going to talk about their most recent hires that just came out. You know, some internal org stuff, boosting people up the ladder, which is cool. The state of the athletic program and what fans have to look forward to the last 3 months, you know, or whatever his start date was, how much of a whirlwind that has been for him, and then his favorite moments as an assistant AD. If any of you guys watching have something else, please throw it in here early so we can get to it early versus too late.
Was it you or Luke Worthington that like had aspirations of being an AD at one point?
When I lived in Serbia and I was like alone because my wife had gone back for school and I was depressed and I was trying to find myself because I was on my third Serbian coach in a calendar year, and actually in less than a calendar year. And we were doing a training camp in April
Oh my
because we had finished the Adriatic League, we had finished Euro Cup, and now we were on the Serbian League. So we had to wait for them to play their little round robin season. So we had a training camp in April after everyone's banged up and depressed. I
that
did.
probably made you super happy.
Oh yeah, I actually had a call with B, because I was like, I'm out here, I may as well try and see what's out there after basketball, right? Like,
Yep.
ended up, you know, being shorter than I expected anyways. So I'm glad I did things like that every once in a while. So Brian and I had this conversation. What stuck out, I remember Brian being like, listen, dude, and maybe I'll bring this up. He was like, it's not pretty work. Like, you're grinding all day, every day. You're not getting paid $1 million to do this. Like, it's really hard, but like,
Yeah.
it's so fulfilling, you know?
Totally.
Um,
I can see that. It's probably similar to like being an athlete. Like what people see is like the game and, you know, making shots and like all the fun stuff.
yeah.
And they don't see like the 5 a.m. workout and the 5 a.m.
Right.
lift and all that stuff, which is just like the complete grind that starts the day after the season. You're prepping for the next season.
Well, it's like when you're playing, you don't realize how much more work it is to coach, right?
Oh yeah.
And then it's like the coach, there's another layer. Like, it's the guy who hires the coach and makes sure that the coach has everything that they need and the players have everything that they need. Like, it's a ton of behind the scenes, unsung hero type stuff. And yeah, so I had, I guess, some thought. And that thought was actually because of Luke Worthington. Luke, when we roomed together, I remember him saying he wanted to be an athletic director. Speaking of athletic directors, welcome to the stage, Mr. Brian Santiago. What's up,
Let's
brother?
go.
Two guys I really love right there.
And you're sitting nice, like in an office, looking normal size, and we're just like these giant, like tiki heads on your shoulder.
We should have told you this show is done in a car. You need to be in your car.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, if I'd have known that, I would have been on 7 minutes ago, and I just realized, oh my gosh, I got to jump in my house and get on.
I was telling TJ, he asked me, was it me or was it Luke Worthington that had aspirations of being an AD at some point? And I said it was me because of Luke. Luke talked about it, and I thought about it when I was in school, like, yeah, that would be really cool. And I don't know if you remember this. You and I spoke when I was in Serbia. We had a Zoom call.
Oh yeah,
and
we had a good conversation.
I was just like, yeah. And I was telling TJ, I remember like what stood out was, you know, you were telling me, listen, like, it's not pretty. Like, it's so much behind the scenes work. You're not getting paid $2 million, like, but it's fun and it's meaningful, you know. And here we are, 6 years later, and you're in an awesome spot, and we're lucky to have you as our AD.
Yeah, I'm super grateful, guys, to have this opportunity, mostly because it burns pretty deep for me. This place does, but the relationships are super meaningful, and that's why I do it. Be with the student athletes, walk the path.
Yeah.
The three of us had some incredible moments together, and you know, when you get to be around some of the best when it comes to these student athletes, it's invigorating. I want to say that it makes my hair grow, but I got no hair.
You and me
But
both.
Does the
it's
opposite.
super. It's the best. It's the best of everything. To have a chance day in and day out to be with some of the best young women and young men in the business, and just when you think, gosh, will there ever be two guys come through here like TJ Haws and Eric Mika? You get Richie Saunders, you get uh, Dallin Hall. I know Dallin transferred out and is headed to Virginia, but just like the best of the best, right? You just get some of the best guys that come through. We've certainly, right now you got AJ coming in on the basketball side. You got Rob Wright. The list goes on, and you're just like, man, it's just an incredible opportunity to be around some of the best in the business. But certainly, you two are some of my favorites of all time.
No, we appreciate
Hey, well,
that,
we
and
we
we feel the
appreciate that.
same. Yeah, we value our relationship. I bet it. You played basketball too, and basketball is like such a special thing because it takes you all around the world, and really you just meet the greatest people. And I would imagine being an AD is like 10x that. It's like you get to see 10 times as many people come through, and you get to interact on a level that very few people do, and it's like that's such a unique position and experience to have. It must be really cool.
Yeah, and in this changing landscape of college athletics, it's even more remarkable the people that we come in contact with every day, from athletic directors to commissioners, from some of the best conferences in the country to the coaches. The first week I was on the job, I found myself in a room in Orlando, Florida, with all of the other ADs from the Big 12, all the football coaches from the Big 12, all the basketball coaches from the Big 12, men and
Wow.
women, all of the commissioners of the conference. And you sit in that room and realize, man, the wealth of experience, the life experience of all these people in the room. Some of the best coaches in sport are sitting in the room. Those are super humbling experiences, just because you realize, oh wow, like I want to have an opportunity to make a mark in this business too. I want an opportunity to make
For
a
sure.
difference. So it's pretty awesome. The relationships, the people you interact with, it's the best of the best. But the best part about it, guys, is you can be in that room with all those incredible people. I get to come back to campus with Kalani Sitake and Kevin Young and Lee Kamard and the student athletes. That's when you're just like, yeah, this is awesome. Like, this is awesome.
Yeah, shout out
Yeah.
Lee. I don't know if he deserves to be in that conversation yet. No, I'm just kidding. I love Lee, and I'm so excited for him. We
Hey,
got breakfast like 2 days before he got the call, and we were so excited for him. I'm
yeah,
really happy he got that.
he's in the room. He's in the room, and we're excited about what's happening. And we got a room full of excited student athletes to play for him. So it's awesome.
Going kind of back to that first week, I'd imagine that you hear players talk about in whatever sport when they level up, high school to college to pro. There's a learning curve, right? Like you kind of get smacked in the mouth. You hear assistant coaches that take up their first head coach job, and they don't realize like what it takes and how many things that their head coach was doing that went underappreciated, that they just didn't know it was part of the role. Is that happening right now? Was that, the first month? Like, did you just feel dizzy with all that was going on? Like, what is that like stepping, from assistant, which you had been doing for so long, not to say it was easy for you, but you had probably optimized a lot of your systems and processes and just knew it like the back of your hand. You could delegate. You had everything figured out kind of because you had done it for so long. What is it like now stepping into a new role with even more responsibilities, with even more pressure, and trying to figure out like where you even are?
Yeah, Eric, that's a great question. It's until you're actually in the seat, you don't know
Right.
all that it entails. But I was mentored by one of the best guys in the business, in Tom Holmo, who he empowered me so much as we kind of worked together and walked the path together, that I felt like I was prepared. I have such good relationships with the coaches. There's such a trust level with so many people in the department, our leadership team, that stepping into the seat was uh, was probably not as tough as it would be if you were coming into something brand new and knew no one. But until you sit in the seat, and 2 days after I got the job, I'm sitting in Kalani's office with him, and we're having a discussion. Everybody knows how important football is to an athletic department, and so that was the first meeting I had when I left the press
Press conference.
conference. I went
Yeah.
right to Kalani's office, and we're in the box together. We're trying to figure out how to keep all this momentum going, and our phones buzz, and the message was that Jake Retzloff had this situation arise, and it was like, yeah, like right off the bat, you just
Right.
realize, oh, hey, you're not calling Tom. Hey, Tom, there's an
Right.
issue.
Right.
It's like, hey, together we're gonna. My wife is like the best in the world. She just was trying to bring me a sandwich. How great is that? It's so great.
Hey,
It's so great.
bring it. You can eat. We know you're
No,
on a tight schedule, bro.
it's all
Eat.
right. I'll eat in a minute. She just is the best of the best. But that's where you have those moments right off the bat where you're not calling anybody else.
Right.
It's our situation, and we handled the situation together, and you got to do that with love, and you still got to take care of Jake Retzloff, and so that situation has played itself out, and we are hoping that Jake goes and has an incredible year wherever he chooses to go. And but in those moments, Eric, to your point, you're just like, okay, here we go. Like
Yeah.
this is now my responsibility, and I'm the athletic director, and we need to handle every situation, step back and say, hey, what's the right way to handle this? And I gonna go back to this point again. I'm sitting there in an office with a head coach that just wants to do stuff the right way.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's been so awesome is I get to do this with guys like Kalani, and the first thing out of his mouth is, "Hey, we'll do the right thing." There wasn't
Yeah.
any part of him was like, "Wait a second, that's going to impact our team." Wait a second, we like that. We got to figure out a way. It was, "Hey, we'll do the right thing." Like
Yeah.
let's, and so it makes it a lot easier of a transition just because I'm already running with Kalani and KY and Diljit and Lee and Jen Rockwood. Like we're all the coaches, like we're already running together, and we've already been running together for a long time, and so it just makes the transition a little easier because you already know where you're at with your people. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's until you've sat in the seat, you don't realize, yeah, this is different. And I've always just I came to work for 20 years trying to help Tom Homo and trying to help this place be great. I was never out front. And so probably the other adjustment is that I've got, I do a lot more media. And I like it a lot when all of our coaches are doing the media. But as the athletic director, there are a lot of important things that people want to know and questions people want to ask. And I'm always happy to talk about how great this place is and how great the coaches are and how great the student athletes are. So that's probably been the other adjustment is there's a lot of media, but it's all good. There's nothing better than talking about a place you love.
Well, you got a
That's
face for TV, so we're good there. You're a good looking guy.
Oh man. Yeah, well, we love BYU too, and talking about all those coaches and just doing things the right way. We've spent a lot of time with KY and Kalani, and it's not something that you're just throwing out there. These guys
Oh,
really truly do, like, it means something to them, and there's a reason that they are at BYU, and it's not just like something we say. Like, it really is something they care about, and that's special. It's unique because
they're the
there's a lot of
two.
places out there.
They're the best in the business. They're two of the best coaches, and I don't say this lightly. They're two of the best coaches in the world, and they're two of the best people in the world. And it's rare that you get that combination. And the thing that I love the most, guys, is they're choosing BYU.
Right.
These two dudes have had multiple opportunities already in their careers to bounce out to some big offers. And they keep choosing BYU, and we still try to do everything we can to make sure they feel valued. But the fact that they keep choosing BYU, there's something to it, TJ. When you talk about like these dudes, it burns deep for them. They want to be here. They're making the difference, and they're a massive reason why all these players are choosing to come here. I
Totally.
mean, we got a great university. We got a world-class academic institution. You have the offering of BYU standing for something. But it comes down to, and you guys know this as some of the best to ever play the game. You're making your decision based on who's going to coach you,
100%.
Right. Yep.
and that's why I love that we got KY and Kalani Sitake.
Yeah.
And now that we're in the Big 12, you're not also battling that, where people are like, wait a second, we love BYU, we love the coach, but
Exposure.
we want to play in a conference that's going to give us the exposure. Now they get it all. You
Yeah.
get it all. And somebody said to me in the media day of football, they were like, hey, tell us about AJ DeBanza and why, like how that all played out and how he ended up at BYU. I said, there's really one reason that he ended up at BYU. Kevin Young chose BYU.
Right.
Yep.
That's why AJ DeBanza is choosing BYU, is because Kevin Young chose BYU. And that's
Yep.
what I feel a lot of gratitude for, fellas, is
Yeah.
that we have some of the very, very best in the business that are choosing BYU. And you're seeing the movement right now. Like there's something magical happening.
It's
And
so great.
I'm really excited. I said this back in the day when you guys were playing, like get your surfboards out and watch, be excited every time you get to ride this wave, because you're watching some of the best players, that you're ever going to see come through this place. And I'm just super grateful that now this next generation is coming in, and it's super fun to watch.
Totally. It's a fun time to be a BYU fan.
Yeah. And I
Speaking
say
of
that quickly about AJ and Kevin Young. It's precisely why Ryder Lyons
Right.
is choosing BYU on the football
Totally.
side, is
Totally.
because of our coaching staff and Kalani Sitake. When it comes down to it, they look at each other in the eyes and it's like, hey, are we doing this? Let's go.
Yep. Speaking of people choosing BYU, and fill us in a little bit on these new hires in your department, and maybe slash promotions.
Yeah, the guys, I couldn't be happier about not only the team we have internally at BYU that have already they've helped us create something really special. And I'm talking about Dallin Moody and Chad Lewis and Casey Stoffer and Trevor Wilson and David Almadova, and our fan experience, the best in the business, and Tyson Hutchins from the social media side. Liz Darger is our SWA and handles all things Big 12 and governance, and represents us on the Big 12 committee, and is the chair of the NCAA women's basketball committee coming up. Like that's awesome stuff. So you have this great internal team that we're elevating, and there are more that are going to be elevated. But wow, like how exciting is it to have Diljit Taylor and Kalani Sitake, to have the voice of the coaches in the room as administrators and helping us navigate these changing waters of college athletics. But their impact, their ability to help us with the strategy, uh, you guys know, I think you've talked to both of them before, maybe even on your show. Like these are two people that are forces of nature.
Yeah.
They're not just great coaches. They're not
Electric.
just they're this is like next level. They're so powerful in their ability to change lives, their ability to impact. We wanted to give them a bigger platform. They're already doing it in football, they're already doing it in the track and field and cross country space, but we need them to have a bigger platform to make a bigger difference. And the trust levels there, like having them in the room, having them add what they're going to add. That gets me super excited. And then listen, the rev share landscape, the NIL, it's so complicated. I've been in it for a couple of years, you know, trying to keep our heads above water. Dallin Moody, who's our CFO, has been in it, you know, burning the candle, trying to keep up with contracts and everything. You've had the third parties. Well, now it all shifts, all the power shifts back to the universities. You have to have somebody run it. I can't do it on a day to day basis. I've got too much on my plate, all the other things I got to focus on. Our CFO's got to focus on things. You got to have somebody comes in and owns it for the department every day,
Sure.
all day. And you add someone like Travis Hansen. I mean, here's a guy who
Right.
has been in it in so many different ways, has continued to have an impact on student athletes' lives, has dealt with agents, has dealt with families, has dealt with international, has dealt with all of it. And now he's willing to choose BYU and come in and make a difference for us. I couldn't be more excited about where we're going, and to have someone like him that I've known for 25 years. There's great trust there. And plus, he just has a great feel for business, just for everything that's going to happen in this space. So that kind of gives you a little
No,
overview,
that's
but
great.
there's still a couple pieces that we're working on. But yeah, I was really excited to launch that yesterday and get going. We've already been in meetings today about how we're going to navigate this space.
Kind of feeding into that, you know, you're excited as the AD. We're excited as, you know, former players turned fans. Like, what do, you know, this is one of our last two questions. What do fans have to look forward to? Like what are you excited for the fans to see, you know, as a product this year in this kind of new era? Because it is, right? You have new faces, you have a new landscape, you have some faces that are familiar but then have been renewed, and then obviously now, you know, you're at the helm, which is a new thing. Like, what are you excited to watch fans react to this year?
You can tell I'm excited because I've been
I
smiling while
can't tell.
you're
You're getting
asking me the
giddy.
question. You know, I'm excited. The first thing I'm most excited about is to see how our football team rallies around a new quarterback.
Yeah, I love
Mhm.
that. I
I
love that.
mean, like I've been around the guys. I was at media day with them. Been watching them out. We got some guys.
That's
Uh,
what I've heard. I
Not
love
just
to
at
hear
that
that.
position, but everybody on that team is chomping at the bit to get out there because what just happened? Everybody's discounted us already.
Yep.
Which is great. We love that, actually.
Hey,
That's what happened
listen.
to us last
So
year.
I
That's what
get
happened to us in
excited because
basketball.
people are going to come to LaVell Edwards
Yeah.
Stadium and they're going to see a bunch of dudes that know how to play football.
Yeah.
And we're going to go, we're going to rally around a new quarterback. And just like I said last year before the year when nobody was expecting anything, watch out. We got great depth. We got great talent on offense and defense. Somebody's going to step into that role. And I'm just excited to see how that plays out
Yeah.
and see how our team rallies around a new quarterback. And what makes me excited is there are no daubers down in our coaches' rooms. They're like, let's go.
Yeah.
People are going to find out we're really good. We're going to be great. Kalani Sitake said to me, B, we're going to be great.
I
Like
love
that to me, like and somebody said, what's your expectation be? We're going to go play great football. That's my expectation is we play great football. So I'm excited about that. Fans should be excited to come to the stadium. It's sold out. It's already sold out. We've sold more season tickets than we've ever sold before in football. We're maxed
So
out.
great.
And
So
then
great.
we're going to transition and have a great year in football. And then I think people are going to come to the Marriott Center and get to see maybe as an electric environment as you'll ever see in college basketball. I got so excited one day watching our team play in this summer. Uh, you know, AJ DeBance is coming in. He's there's a reason he's the MVP of the World Championships.
Crazy.
He's a great player. He's supposed to be a top pick in the NBA draft. And I just expected a little bit of seeing a guy walk in the gym and maybe dribble around a little bit till he can shoot every possession. And when I watched him get to the middle of the floor 4 straight times and kick it to Richie Saunders for 4 straight 3-pointers, I got so excited I had to leave the gym. I'm like, this dude, like these guys know how to play the game, and Kevin Young and our coaches have them playing the game right. It's the same thing I feel with the football. Like we're gonna play the game right, but I just got excited because people are gonna get to see the best teams in the country. We've got 3 games at LaBelle Edwards Stadium that are like big. Actually, 4 that are marquee games. Stanford's our non-conference, so 4 conference. Stanford's our non-conference. We have Portland State coming in. I don't want to discount it. That's kind of a warm-up. But they're going to come see like some of the best teams and schools in the country coming in here. And then in the basketball side, we've got 3 games at the Delta Center. We got
Yeah,
North
I'm in.
Carolina coming in here. You got Wisconsin coming in here.
You
You
got the
got the Big 12
Garden.
schedule. We're going to Madison Square Garden. We're going to TD Garden in Boston. We're going to Orlando. We're going to Vegas. We're going to play the best teams in the country in football and basketball. I just think that if you're a fan of BYU sports and you're a member of Cougar Nation, I don't think there's ever been more exciting time to watch our BYU Cougars play. I just don't, and I think our fans are going to see and experience something that is next level, and we're going to keep building on it. So I think that I'm excited. I know you guys are excited, but all of Cougar Nation, there's a reason. It's palpable. There's magic happening. There's a movement, and I just think people should be so excited to come to LaBelle Edwards Stadium and to the Marriott Center.
Yeah, I love that.
The energy is crazy. You can really feel it, and
Got me fired up.
I'm stoked. It's gonna be a fun year. We're looking forward to it. All right, our last question. Do you think you could pick out a single favorite memory as assistant AD? One of your greatest memories looking back on that chapter.
Maybe even the first one that comes to mind. You probably have more than one.
Yeah, there's so
Well,
many.
the first one that comes to mind was I've got 100, but one of the things that popped into my mind first and foremost is beating you and Jake Toolson in a shootout in San Diego. I love that. That's one of my favorite.
You're talking to Eric? Eric?
That was
No,
Eric. That was the
no.
best ever. I mean, it came down to half court. They could both hit the rim, and mine goes right in. It was like one of the great memories of all
Okay,
time.
we've been talking about doing things the right way, being honest, and then you come out with a big lie.
Hey, actually,
Like you don't need to lie on here.
I have a
I'm
bone.
not. TJ, just own it. That's what happened.
No,
I don't.
I
It's
100%
so long ago. I
believe it.
can't remember any of that
Yeah,
stuff.
you remember every part of it.
I know you remember that, TJ, and we're gonna have Jake on here just to confirm. I have a bone to pick though, because when my freshman year, and you could chalk it up for NIL, but I brought this up with you, and I'm sure it's a selected memory that you've forgotten. But we were warming up, or we had our shoot around for Utah State at the Delta Center. I'm doing a cool down stretch at half court, and a ball rolls to me that you were shooting, and I said, I'm going to shoot it laying down. And you said, all right, $1,000, you make it. I make it. And then I've never seen somebody scamper out of a gym so quickly.
I
Because
probably didn't scamper out. I probably said double or nothing.
No,
I got
you probably did. I didn't take
to
it.
get back
I
to
was this
zero.
annoying 18-year-old. I probably bugged you every time I saw you after that year because I really thought I deserved $1,000 for making that shot.
I made it up to you in Nike gear, bro.
Yeah, 100%. That's fair. That's fair.
Hey, probably that's a great question. Let me just tell you, there are a couple of moments that come. There are quite a few experiences that come to mind. Certainly, one that I'll just never forget is we went to Nebraska to play football. Taysom was the way he started the game, the way our team. I thought we were going to beat Nebraska at Nebraska 100-0.
Mm.
That was a game where he took off, ran a 30 or 40-yard touchdown run, and broke his foot on the play. Still ran in the end zone. We went down to, it was one of the it's probably the saddest moment because I just kind of felt like there was magic going to happen for the whole season, and it goes down, nobody around him. He just took off to run and broke his foot. So we went and checked on him at halftime, and like that dude's a warrior, by the way. But he's got Liz Frank injury. His foot's broken. He's like, wrap it up. I'm going out to play. And so he goes out, tries to play for a possession or two, and like obviously can't play. But that was a game up in the box where we were kind of controlling the game. They came back and took the lead, and we went down through that Hail Mary. But before I just the whole possession, I was up in the box. Everybody's like, "Oh wow, we're gonna." I was like, "No, we're gonna find a way. We're gonna stink and find a way to win this game. You got to keep believing." I was telling everybody stuff there. You just got to believe. And then we threw the Hail Mary, and when we caught that pass, it was pandemonium in the box. And then that brings to mind back to Harleen. You know, I was a younger administrator then, and we were up in the box at Utah and watching him. Right before the play, I said it just like this. I go, Tom, can he do it? And Tom just looked right at me without hesitation and said, absolutely. So he's running around, throws that pass. We caught the pass. Harlan caught that pass. We were up in the box at Utah in the hallway. It was dead silent, and our coaches came out of the box, and it was stinking on, jumping around. I mean, people were just, it was unbelievable. Those are the great moments, and then moments that we've had together. With two, I'm going to go to you guys. Uh, TJ, we were getting blown out at Gonzaga. And I still remember you were just like, no. This ain't happening. Bang, bang, bang. And we came back. Those victories up in Spokane with you guys were, I mean, those are
Yeah.
special moments. And I think for me, being in it with you guys for so long, just there are some of us that see what goes on behind the scenes and what you guys put into uh, being great, and then to see it play out in front of the world and see some of those unbelievable performances and wins for BYU that just sent the message to the world. You know, you're gonna have to deal with BYU. I'll never forget those moments of seeing you guys overcome what people said just couldn't happen, and there's no chance, and there's no way we're gonna do things. Just those were the moments. So I just watching you guys achieve such high levels of success, and then watch you know go on and do great in the world. That's what makes it go around for me.
That's big time. Yeah, some fantastic answers and insight. It got me fired up. So I can only imagine what the fans listening, are feeling. So thank you for spending the time. We know you're in the middle of a hurricane of everything, right? This new job and the landscape and hiring people, and you have a very, very hard job, very, very busy job. So we appreciate you taking 30 minutes out of your day and spending it with a couple of washed up guys like us.
No,
See, I got the name of the show. I got the name of the show in there. That was
hey,
my piece right there.
yeah, you guys know I'm all in with you
You're the
guys.
man. You're the
Yeah,
man, B. Well, we
all
love
in.
you.
Let's
We
go.
can't wait. We can't wait to see what you do this year. We were cheering when we heard the announcement. So let's go get it, baby. We love it. Thanks
Hey,
for being
all I'm
here.
gonna say is what I said at the end of the presser. Don't ever forget, we were all born to win. Let's go, baby.
I love it. All
Let's
right.
go,
See you,
B.
B.
Go. See you guys.
What a guy.
Yeah, he's the man.
That was big time. That got me psyched for football. That's all I have to say. And I'm not like a
Yeah.
big football guy,
Yeah.
like just being, you know me, we've talked about this on the show before. Like I'm more of a casual fan than you are, and you give me crap for it. But when someone starts talking heat on our teams or whatever, when we're counted out, like that's when my fandom skyrockets, because I'm like, no, like you're not just gonna
You're ready to fight
disrespect
a little bit.
us. Yeah, so I love hearing him say like, no, our football team is ready and Kalani is
Yeah.
ready, and there's
Yeah.
no doubt they don't care. They truly, like, we've been through this playbook before. Like they don't care what people think. They're just gonna go do it.
Totally. It's almost it's like a parallel to what you're feeling as a fan to
Right.
being a player. It's like second people start saying like we lost our quarterback.
Right.
You know, like things aren't even be close to the same. I like shout out to our intern Jeffrey, but he was watching a video the other day of some analyst talking about BYU, but it's like it's just the same thing. It's like Jake's out, you know, things are going to be different. They're not going to be, you know, as good as we had expected. And like as a player, like that is bulletin boards, locker
Yeah.
room material.
100%.
That's like,
And they're
let's
getting
freaking
over and
go.
over and over and over and over, like every analyst. Also because like the media is lazy. Like they're just gonna. It's this revolving door. It's this echo chamber rather that. Yeah, I'm just gonna say BYU's not as good because they don't have their guy. Like nobody actually knows, so they're just gonna spit out what they think and what
Yep.
everyone else is saying, so that because it is a safe bet to say something like that, but they don't know.
Yep.
So I love that. Super
No, I'm
excited.
excited. It's going to be a fun year, and football is right around the corner, which is just crazy.
Yeah, and just last thing I'll say is like Brian is the guy. We were saying this privately amongst ourselves in our group chats, like, man, Brian's got to get this job, and you hear him just talk like he is so genuinely like he would take a bullet for BYU as a school, as an athletic department, for any of those coaches. Like that's loyalty that you will not find elsewhere, right? Like he truly lives for this. So man, what a guy. Super excited for him, super excited for where we are, and he's a big piece of it. So it'll be dope to watch.
Yep. I know I said this last week, but like these people that we're bringing on are just like truly BYU people. It's like they love BYU, and that makes such a difference because you look around at all these schools and it's like ADs leaving for other jobs and head coaches, you know, leaving for better head coaching spots and whatnot. And it's just like BYU, it's like we have people that like love this place and want to be here, you know, and you know, across the board from the people in our media to our AD to our coach, like it's just like BYU is the spot, and you can feel that, and that's exciting to me as a fan. That's exciting to get behind.
Yeah, agreed. Well, just to get to the questions, I feel bad. Brigham's Brigade asked if Brian will be dressing up for Halloween and continuing the tradition. I don't know if he can. Tom went all out on that, and I didn't want him to answer because if he is, he's probably going to keep it a surprise. I'd love if he did come out as Mr.
Tom might
Potato.
just come back for a surprise.
Yeah, he might.
He'll probably come back every year.
And then Chris Jensen said, "Did you guys get a chance to talk the Travis Hansen hiring?" We did. He talked about all the hirings and promotions, so and extensively on the Travis one. So make sure you go back and listen. This will be on YouTube, so check it out and make sure you're here next week. I don't think we've nailed down a guest for the next week, but we'll get to work today and tomorrow, figure out who we got, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks for being here, guys. You too, TJ. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, bud.